guys, Kevin here, just following up on last week's video and our new series on questions that disciple makers ask. So today, one question we're going to deal with is what type of discipleship questions start spiritual conversations? And so I'm going to dig a little bit into that over the next couple minutes. First, you got to ask the question is what I'm asking, is it an open-ended or a closed-ended question? And that's really key to creating more space for conversation. So, open ended questions are always much more apt to lead to discipling conversations than closed ended questions. So, make sure that when you're asking questions, you ask open ended questions that would require an explanation from a person in order to answer. Another thing you want to think about is based on your audience. Like, is the person you listen to more a thinker or a feeler? So feelers relate and respond and engage more with questions that have to do with how they feel about something. Thinkers tend to respond more and engage more with questions about how they think about something. And it has to do obviously with the brain versus the heart. Is this person a more brain-oriented person I'm talking to or a more heart-oriented person? And so an example of a feeling question would be super simply, how do you feel about blank? Or maybe something like, is blank fair? That gets into the heart question of a topic that you're talking about. And a thinker would respond more and engage more with a question that said something like, what do you think about blank? It's that super little tweak, that super little adjustment that can make a huge difference in the way people respond back to you. And how they respond back to you is going to impact what you get to engage with and share with after that next question. And I actually wrote an article once for our local network in Nashville called 20 Discipleship Questions that take spiritual conversations to the next to the next level. I'm just going to give you a sampling of questions that I put in there. Questions like, how did that make you feel? What did you think about blank? Did you experience this when you were younger? Are you familiar with the history behind your thought process, whatever you're talking about? Who influenced you most with that idea? Where do you think that idea comes from? How does this change your perspective of blank? Questions like that are open-ended and require explanation from the person you're talking with are by far more effective to lead into deeper conversations and spiritual conversations than closed-ended questions. So if we think about a non-believer being on one bank of the river and a believer being on the other bank, our job is to put the very next stepping stone in place so they can take that giant or that baby step to get closer to the other side of the river.